Hey film friends, I'm Nick Furman. This is Furman On Film. Welcome to the channel. Hey bro, you got anything to eat? I'm starving.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, thanks so much, man. I feel like I haven't eaten in weeks. It's a little tough, like jerky, you know, but it's all right. It goes down surprisingly smooth. Oh, you're right. It does taste like chicken. Wait, what'd you say this was again? "45 Uruguayan rugby players on a flight to Chile in 1972 found a glacier and a whole heap of icy isolation. Humanity against the raw elements of nature, a battle of despair against hope." So I could list a whole lot of these kinds of pictures. Vertical Limit, Dante's Peak, all of these Roland Emmerich movies, Alive. Even another film from this very director called The Impossible. There are literally dozens of them. A decent survivalist movie gives us the viscerality and graphic details of what occurred, but leaves us with very little care for the human players in the drama. Then there are the very best of this genre, though rare. Now these capture the human spirit and pull out deeper philosophical themes in the process, while never losing sight of the thrill that is existence at the edge of tear. Society of the Snow belongs to this last category. J.A. Bayona accentuates the individuals caught in this terrible ordeal from beginning to end. He's made horror pictures before, one being a pretty terrific ghost story, but this is not that. This is about the young men who were on that flight. It's a tale of community and brotherhood. Not so much how terrified these guys are to be stuck with seemingly no way out, even if that meal is, less than appetizing. Oh, you mean like in Alive? Despite each new challenge which seems to arise by the minute, Bayona's depiction is realistic, not sensationalistic. So he's much more interested in these folks' search for purpose and meaning in the face of senseless death than anything else. They huddle together and cry and converse, asking questions like, what does it all mean? They explore the moral and faith ambiguities of possibly consuming human flesh in an effort to fight prolonged hunger. Is it just like Alive? They grapple with the very real possibility of mortality surrounding them by the moment, in an effort to find some sense of spiritual truth. But as I've said, even given all of these themes, the below-the-line craft here is just exceptional. The avalanche sequence is utterly harrowing, and its follow-up of bodies emerging from snow and fighting to dig each other free is gripping. The cinematography of the landscapes are not only picturesque, they also capture the extreme isolation of this little society so well. And Bayona and cinematographer Pedro Luque's decision to shoot incredibly tight shots of extremely weather-beaten faces, and the cramped claustrophobia of life inside the wrecked hull of a plane, just masterful. But there are two things that I think really have Society of the Snow a cut above the rest. The first is that there is both verisimilitude and something so authentic about seeing this performed by actual Spanish actors. Oh, like a... No. Not like in Alive. And finally, I've said that this is a human drama as much as a thrill ride. I think Society's greatest strength is that it is above all else a tribute. At any moment, in any sequence, a name and how old they are can pop up on the screen, honoring one of the fallen. It is this kind of groundedness that helps this film transcend its genre. First, I want you guys to ask yourselves how you feel about voiceover. Because society has a bunch of it. You know that old adage that voiceover is just a mask for lazy storytelling? Telling rather than showing. But I have to say, I actually think this one sidesteps that critique pretty well. This is because, without spoilers, we find out something significant about the narrator as the film rounds third for home. It changes things and actually adds a layer of poignancy to the proceedings. And I know people are probably getting a little sick of hearing this by now from me, but I have to wonder what this film looks like without that Netflix sheen all over it. Does it look too good? There are a whole batch of pristine close-ups and wide lens shots. But what if the old Netflix gloss over wasn't there? Is there a chance that this looks even better and drives its point home even further if there's just some gritty realism visually that matches the characters? You know, something just a touch more cinema verite. And lastly, I mean, this one starts off with a bang, but after that initial adrenaline shot, the middle section of this one gets pretty tedious and really like a slog. I'm saying it could have been shorter and had the exact same impact. On the other hand, watching the second act feels a bit like you're trudging through 30 feet of snow trying to gain even an inch. And that's sorta exactly what was happening to all these people. So maybe apropos. Society of the Snow is a fitting correction in many ways to the American film Alive from decades ago. See? Told ya. Starring convincing Spanish actors alongside exquisite cinematography and a gripping score. And director J.A. Bayona bringing technical skill and expert craft to bear on a real-life event, which still resides in the collective conscience. It's a picture that wrestles with ethical quandaries alongside extremely harrowing physical conditions. A work that, in looking for a spiritual reckoning, transcends so much of its ilk. Well, there you have it. The only thing left to discuss is our rating for this picture. FOF gives Society of the Snow 3.9 out of 5 stars. If you enjoyed this review, please let us know by giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. Also, don't forget to head on over to FurmanOnFilm.com for even more movie content. Or you can click on these 2 videos right here. Thanks for watching. I'm Nick Furman. This is Furman on Film. Stay firm, my friends. It's kind of tough, you know? Just tough.